Good morning, Miss Gracia and classmate. Well, today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. First of all, I am Ariana Rojas Cevallos, and I am a journalist from Zamorano. Today we have a special guest. He came from Italy. He's, he has an amazing project, which consists in the underwater farms. Please applause for Gambarini. Come on, Gambarini. Hi, how are you?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. Well, I'm okay. How are you?
Good. Well, I know that it's really complicated to travel to Italy to Honduras. It's so far away. But I have heard that you have made it a very crazy project that I am from Zamorano and we dedicate to produce food. So we are agronomists. We are studying for being agronomists.
Yes, I have heard about that university. We have a lot of friends, Zamorano friends there doing their job, and well, for me it's really interesting to come to here because I want to share my project to everybody. And well, I think that my project is really interesting for all the science because they came from a lot of places to Italy to see about this hydroponic uh, food and how it produces underwater. And we were thinking that, well, I was an afternoon I was thinking, what if we plant inside the water because the soil it's not a renewable source and we have a lot of problems in the world with the soil. And I was thinking that we need something different for the future because we have to think in our child and the new generations who are coming. And I was thinking in that great idea who my colleagues really like it, and I was starting to work in that.
That sounds really interesting. I am in second grade, and for us to hear about it, like, oh my god, that is so rare for us because we used to crop using on the soil. It sounds really weird to hear that you plant something underwater. And what kind of plant do you crop underwater?
Well, I have a list here. I take this. We started with strawberries, with cultives who are not really relevant for the supermarkets, but we were searching for like an experiment with food that is not too 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 indispensable for Italy because we don't consume a lot of strawberries. But we started with that, and it was really good. We have a lot of knowledge now about how we can create that system inside the water. And for me, it's really interesting. I know that all the people can think that it's so crazy that idea, but for me, it's like something new. And
Oh, that is really interesting, but I want to know how do you work with that? You work just by yourself or you have a group? Or how do you do that?
it was my idea.
I know you are so smart, I can see so, but I want to know how do you do that? So you have to go underwater, and it's not easy for everybody to go underwater and stay there for a long time. I don't know. I don't know. I
Yes.
want that you explain me how do you do? How do you work? How do you crop that? What do you consider are the benefits of this project? Because it sounds crazy, right? But could be better for the human beings to have underwater farms, or what do
Well,
you think?
this project is not very easy. It sounds like it's plants inside the water, but it's not really easy because we need experts, people who knows about diving, and not all the agricultors knows about it. But I have the help for a group of agricultors that are experts in diving and they know about the cultives and that things. Well, scuba diving company is applying its knowledge and the technology to finding new ways to produce food, and they were my group, and I am really grateful with that people because with them I did my experiment, and now they know that it's really great for us. And well, my project it's starting, and I hope that it will be good after years.
But I want to know what do you think about the undeveloped countries, countries that doesn't have the opportunity to have experts in diving, scuba diving. How can improve the countries, the government to do so? Because I can see there is a very expensive project.
Yes, we know that it's really expensive, and for Italy it was we need a very strong support to make it, but we had the help of that companies that I told you before, and that experts who knows about the driving and about the agriculture, and they were people who really want to work in that project because they believe in me. So I think for the future it will be really expensive, but we have to look forward another way to make food.
For me, as a Zamorano student, I consider that it's gonna be really complicated. Me, as my, I consider that it's like a crazy project, right? As I said before, it's a little hard for people to hear about their project, and you're gonna say like, oh, it's gonna function, but we are gonna be like, really, it's gonna function? Because for us, it's like it's something new, right? So if it's something new, we have to prove so. So for example, in here in San Morano, we don't have like the sea to do so. We It's really far away, like 4 hours far away. So I think that is gonna be for us complicated to do that project. But now I want to explain me the the negative things of this project. What could be the effects, the bad effects that this project gonna have in, I don't know. You mentioned in 50 years later we have to do that project because the soil is degrading. So it's the unique way to have food. So what is gonna be the negative effects?
Well, we started in that project thinking about the soil. So I think that there are more advantages like than disadvantages, but we have also disadvantages like in every project. Well, I think that one of the most relevant disadvantages is that we need to spend a lot of money in that project because we need a lot of people who knows about diving. We need agricultures. But
That sounds amazing, really. Me as a future engineer is like very grateful because you are traveling around the world, right? You are going to universities to explain your idea, so people gonna hear that, gonna be more interesting of in this topic because it's really interesting. It could sounds really weird, crazy, but it is really interesting. Nobody before tried this project. You're like really. I am so proud of you, and you're like
thank you.
really. It's because oh my god, I really want to see it. You have more. I don't know more fruits or more vegetables that you want to crop in the field or that you want to plant underwater? Underwater?
Yes, I am looking forward to plant lettuce, beans, uh, fruits, a lot of fruits, a lot of plants who the people consume. For example, here in Honduras, it will be really good the beans because they consume a lot of beans.
I can say that they gonna sound like, oh my god, he is like crazy. You can sound really crazy, but I really want to go there, and I want to know that you have like, what, how do you do with the sea? How the environment with the plant? You know, the plant needs um a specific environment to grow. How do you do in the sea? How do you control the water inside? You know, you have to dive in, control it. How do you do the temperature of a plant?
Well, we need a lot of technology. We need a lot of points to take to consider. For example, with the light, we need specific meters of deep in the sea to plant that cultive or that plant. So it depends of each
Let
plant.
me tell you something. You are like in the right way, because you know the viruses of plants are with the air, so
Yes.
they transport it with air. So you know, inside of water there is no that transportation of bad diseases or bad viruses that the
Yes.
plant has. So really, I want to congratulate you, and you have to be sure that you what did you say here is gonna be heard for all the community of Zamorano, and they will be so interested to try to integrate in this
Yes.
project. They are going to. I know that they will going to learn how to do diving to help you with, and to do a big group to do so, and to have people from different countries around the world helping
Yes.
you, and you can be the leader, and really you can go to Ecuador, I don't know, to Chile, to Argentina, to many countries.
In Latin America.
Yes, to explain you, because before you came here, I didn't know about your project, and I can be sure that many of the young people who are the future of the world, you have like the solution of for us, because we are like in the we know that the soil is not is a source that is not renewable for us.
I invited you to follow me on Twitter and all the people here. Arroba Villavicencio.com. Well, I will give you a lot of advisement about that project, and you can see a lot of things inside the water for the people who are interested in my project. So thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure for me, and nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I wanted that you came the next year to
Yes,
tell me about
sure.
more crops that you have been planting,
Sure.
and I gonna wait for that call.
I'm gonna take my plans to give you.
Please, I need to
Yes.
to taste it. How they taste? I need to try it.
So
Thank
thank
you.
you. See you later.
See you later. So this is all for today. We are going to see you next time, but with another song.